So we have a word problem in 12.1, number 12. A retired couple invested part of $12,000 at 6% interest and the rest at 7.5%. If their annual income from these investments is $804, how much was invested at each rate? Well, let's call the amount of money invested at 6% X and the amount of money invested at 7.5% Y. So the interest then, this is simple interest, so the interest is just found by taking the percentage times the amount of money. So the interest would be 0.06 for the 6% times X, and then we have interest from the 7.5% account as well, so we'll add that to 0.075 times the money invested at Y. So the total interest comes from the 6% and the 7.5%, and that total interest comes to $804. So when you calculate interest, simple interest using your accounts, you just take 6% times the money invested at 6% and 7.5% times the money invested at 7.5%. And when you add that up, you get the total interest. Remember, as you're calculating interest, you take the 6% and write it as a decimal by moving the decimal 2 places to the left. And the same for 7.5%. So we move the decimal 2 places to the left. So that's the total interest. Well, we need 2 equations because we have 2 variables. So we'll make an equation with the total money invested as well. So $12,000 is invested. The money invested at 6% was X, and the money invested at 7.5% was Y. All of that had to add up to the total amount of money. So we have 2 equations and 2 variables. We'll go ahead and solve. The first equation will be nicer if it is multiplied by 1,000 so that you have no decimals. So I'm going to pick 1,000 because there's 3 decimal places and 1,000 has 3 zeros. So if I multiply by 1,000, I'll have 60x plus 75y equals 804,000. So just move my decimal place 3 places to the right when I multiply by 1,000. So that's a nicer equation to work with. The second equation, I can use substitution or elimination with the first equation. I like elimination, so I'm just going to take this second equation and multiply times -60, so the x's will be eliminated when I add the 2 equations together. So we'll have -60x minus 60y equals -72 with 4 zeros, so I'll get that right here. Okay, so then we can add these together. The x's are eliminated. We have 15y equals 0, 0, 0, 4 minus 0, 10 minus 2 is 8, 84,000. So I'll go ahead and take the 84,000 and divide by 15. $5,600. So Y is $5,600. And that was the money invested at 7.5%. And then the money invested at 6% would be the rest of the money. So $12,000 minus $5,600 is $6,400.